নৱৰত্নৰ পৰা মহাৰত্ন পালে। মহাৰত্ন পোৱাৰ লগে লগে অইল ইণ্ডিয়াৰ অসমৰ ৰাইজৰ বা ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ ৰাইজৰ কি উন্নতি সাধিব অইল ইণ্ডিয়া লিমিটেড। মহাৰত্নই আচলতে হ'লে ভৱিষ্যতৰ দিনত অনাগত দিনত আৰু কি আপোনালোকে কাৰ্যপন্থা নতুন কৰি ল'ব পাৰিব বা কি সুবিধা হ'ব বা অসুবিধা হ'ব? বিশেষকৈ অইল ইণ্ডিয়াত যিসকলে কৰ্মচাৰী, যিখন বিষয়া, সেইসকলৰ কিবা ধৰা বন্ধা নিয়ম থাকিব নেকি, বান্ধোন থাকিব নেকি মহাৰত্ন যদি হয়, বা তেওঁলোকৰ ডেভেলপমেণ্ট কি হ'ব, বা ইয়াৰ চাউণ্ডিং এৰিয়াটো কি হ'ব? গতিকে মই সেই বিষয়ে অকণমান জানিব বিচাৰিছোঁ। ধন্যবাদ।
It's like this. Now, when we were a Maharatna company, we had planned something. Any organization would have a strategy. Any organization would have an action plan. Any organization will have an outlook for future. So nothing is going to stop by becoming a Maharatna. But now we will have a multiplier effect. In the sense that last year we had our capital investment about 5,000 crore. This year it will be about 7,500. Now, what does it mean? It means more aggressive efforts towards production, more aggressive efforts towards exploration. And it is very, very essential to know that we have to do both production and exploration concurrently. Means, if we just produce crude oil or natural gas, then the reservoir replacement ratio will drop if we don't discover additional pool of oil and gas resources. So what is required is aggressive exploration. That means access to those areas where we want to do exploration. Let me explain. When we look at oil and gas operation in a refinery case, it is done within a boundary line. But as an exploration company, we would identify locations which is specific, and this is far-flung, and those locations are essential to be drilled. So last year we had drilled about 45 wells, which comprises of both exploration and development wells for production purpose. This year we have planned to drill about 70 plus wells, from 45 to 70. Now 70 wells means we need access to additional locations, and I'm not saying land, additional locations to drill. That means we need additional access to locations to carry out our seismic. That means if we are successful, which Oil India is successful for every development well, our success rate ratio is 100%. More we produce, more benefit accrues not only to the government of India or state government, but to the local community, to the local district, to the local populace. Because if we do well, we give back to the society. Now, why we are doing this, or why Maharatna is essential? Because Maharatna means the board of directors of Oil India is more empowered. If the board of directors of Oil India is more empowered, that means we can take higher investment decisions. That means we can take higher investment decisions not only for E&P or exploration or production, also for the downstream activities. Say a petrochemical complex, say the investment for 2G ethanol projects. Now, why 2G ethanol project is important, that you all know. In order to reduce our import dependency, we have a target of 20% mandatory blending in MS, that is petrol. Now, if you don't produce crude oil or ethanol, then how will you meet those targets? Now, if you look at ethanol production and investment in that terms, Numaligarh Refinery, which is a group company of Oil India Limited, is producing, or we are going to commission it, ethanol from bamboo. Now, bamboo is a major produce of Northeast. We have so much of bamboo that we can put up another plant and another plant. Now, by virtue of bamboo, look at the kind of economic development that would happen at the grassroots level. Now, these are the kind of imprint we are looking at. So, by virtue of being a Maharatna, our portfolio will increase, our investment will increase, and concurrently there is an economic growth which will happen. Thank you.
Sir, মোৰ নাম প্ৰাঞ্জল শইকীয়া, দৈনিক জনমভূমিৰ পৰা আহিছোঁ। মোৰ দুটা প্ৰশ্ন আছে আপোনাৰ। বহুত দিনৰ পৰা এটা অভিযোগ পাই আহিছোঁ যে আপোনালোকৰ যি বাগজান তৈলক্ষেত্ৰ আছে, অলপ দিনৰ আগত এটা ঘটনা হৈ গৈছে। বাগজান তৈলক্ষেত্ৰত যিসকল ক্ষতিগ্ৰস্ত তেওঁলোকে এতিয়ালৈকে ক্ষতিপূৰণ পোৱা নাই। মোৰ প্ৰথম প্ৰশ্নটো হ'ল যে বাগজানৰ ঘটনাত কিমানটা পৰিয়াল ক্ষতিগ্ৰস্ত হৈছে, এতিয়ালৈকে অইল ইণ্ডিয়া লিমিটেডে কিমান টকাৰ ক্ষতিপূৰণ দিলে আৰু বৰ্তমান কিমান দিবলৈ বাকী আছে, আৰু উচ্চতম ন্যায়ালয়ত যিহেতু বিচাৰাধীন হৈ আছে গোচৰটো, গতিকে সেইটো কি পৰ্যায়ত আছে? এক নম্বৰটো হ'ল। দুই নম্বৰটো হ'ল
ये पहले उत्तर दे दूं?
ठीक है,
ये पहले दे दूं? पहले आप लोगों को yeah. Now, this is a very good opportunity and I must thank you for this nice question. First of all, let me assure you once again, and this is what I had told in Guwahati also. Oil India Limited is very, very committed for its safety, health and environment cause. Being a Maharatna company when the Bagjan happened, or being a Maharatna company today, there is a huge difference, and you all are learned journalists. There is a huge difference between two words. One is accident, the other one is incident. Let me reiterate that Bagjan is an unfortunate accident and we have learned from it. But while I am saying this, I must give you an assurance that the complaints, what you are referring to, does not exist as far as our understanding is concerned. Therefore, I always say that an informed insight is very, very important. And I want to convey to all of you through this medium that all the compensations which was supposed to be given has already been given on that year itself. And Oil India Limited, along with the state government authorities, the district administration, has already disbursed that amount, whatever we were asked to, whatever was due, and whatever was required to be given. So I would again request all of you to carry this message that we have disbursed all the compensations at individual family level to all those affected families. And we are very, very compassionate about it, and we have done all that is possible to be done. Now, that is one part of Bagjan. The second part is there was an imprint left on the ground. One is the affected families, the other one is the affected environment. Now let me assure you another aspect of it. If you all have got an opportunity to visit Bagjan today, I'm not sure how many of you have visited, but I would invite, if you have not visited, please have a look today. We are part of a system where the nature recreates itself, where the Mother Earth regenerates itself. And the Brahmaputra valley is so fertile that you will not get a trace of hydrocarbon in that particular area. While we are very, very sensitive to the incident or the accident that has happened, by virtue of the nature, it has restored itself. And while as part of the restoration process, Oil India Limited has done extensive study, extensive interventions, and is continuing to do interventions not only in Bagjan but in all the areas of operation. Because as a public sector undertaking and a CPSC which is sensitive to the need of people and the need of environment, we are very clear that whatever we will do besides accidents, whatever we will do will always be the best in quality, and a lot of effort has gone to restore the land, to restore the environment, and we will continue to do it. So we would be very, very happy if you can give a coverage by visiting the site again. Second question. Let him complete. Second question.
Sir, ये question का सर मैं याद करना.
Let him complete, then we will.
Second question to হৈছে আপোনাৰ অইল ইণ্ডিয়া লিমিটেডে মহাৰত্ন স্বীকৃতি লাভ কৰিছে, আমিও গৌৰৱ অনুভৱ কৰিছোঁ। কিন্তু এটা কথা আজি দীৰ্ঘদিনৰ পৰা দেখি আছোঁ যে দুলীয়াজানত আপোনালোকৰ যিটো জাবৰ নিষ্কাশন, ডাম্পিং গ্ৰাউণ্ড, জাবৰ নিষ্কাশন আৰু যিটো কৃত্ৰিম বান, ফ্লাড, এই দুটা প্ৰধান সমস্যা হৈ দেখা দিছে। যেতিয়া এজাক বৰষুণ আহে, এজাক বৰষুণতে গোটেই জাবৰ জোঁথৰ ওলাই চহৰখনত এক কদৰ্যময় পৰিৱেশৰ সৃষ্টি কৰে। আৰু এটা কথা হৈছে যে আপোনালোকৰ অইল ইণ্ডিয়া তৰফৰ পৰা আজি কেইবা কোটি টকাৰ খৰচ কৰি তিনিচুকীয়াত আপোনালোকে জাবৰ নিষ্কাশন প্ৰকল্প আৰম্ভ কৰিছে। প্ৰথমতে আপোনালোকৰ অইল ইণ্ডিয়াৰ আটাইবিলাক কাৰ্যালয় ইয়াত আছে, দুলীয়াজানখন আপোনালোকৰ নিজস্ব, মই কোৱা নাই তিনিচুকীয়াখনো আপোনালোকৰ নহয়, হয় অইল অপাৰেশ্যন এৰিয়াৰ ভিতৰতে পৰে, কিন্তু প্ৰথমতে সদায় নিজৰ ঘৰখন। তো আপোনালোকে নিজৰ ঘৰখন বা নিজৰ দুলীয়াজান চহৰখনত তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কোনো প্ৰকল্প স্থাপন নকৰাকৈ তিনিচুকীয়াত ইয়াৰ কৰা কাৰণটো কি?
आपको ये लगता है कि मैं खुद की घर पहले करूं, दूसरों की बाद में करूंगा, बट ऑयल इंडिया इज अ कंपनी. ऑयल इंडिया इज अ कंपनी and we have a greater responsibility. If you look at the need, it is not that we don't want to do it in Duliajan but elsewhere. When it comes to individual requirement and when it comes to an organizational requirement, they are different. So the approach is, first you look at where the scheme of things are big, where the nature of intervention required is an immediate need. Now, it doesn't matter whether we are operating or doing something in Tinsukia or doing something in Dibrugarh or doing something in Digboi, as long as we are doing it in the main producing area of Oil India Limited. Now, as part of the government mandate, it is not necessary that Oil India or any other PSU per se will do this CSR activity only in the area of operation, because it's a national company. So we will also do, or we are doing, CSR activity in other areas of the country. So that decides. We have already done some study as far as Duliajan is concerned. Now you will all agree that Duliajan was a township of Oil India Limited, but now it has grown beyond the township.